After all, how did the dreaded terrorist organization ISIS, born in Iraq, become a threat to the whole world? These days, the name ISIS has suddenly come into the limelight in North India. The reason for this is the arrest of an ISIS terrorist in Delhi. This terrorist is a resident of Balrampur in Uttar Pradesh. Question must be coming in your mind that is this ISIS? Let us know everything about the largest terrorist organization in the world. It is also known as IS or ISI. ISIS stands for Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. IS stands for Islamic State, and ISI stands for Islamic State of Iraq. These are different names of the same organization, which have changed from time to time. At present, the name IS is prevalent. ISIS, the dreaded terrorist organization of Central Asia. ISIS is a dreaded terrorist organization of Central Asia whose desire is to wave the flag of Islam all over the world. After a long war, the US had liberated Iraq from the regime of dictator Saddam Hussein in 2003. However, Iraq had to pay the price of independence from Saddam Hussein's dictatorship in ruins. Because most of Iraq's cities were turned into ruins in the US bombing. Thousands died. The economy collapsed. Saddam Hussein was sentenced to death on 5th November 2006 by an Iraqi court, convicted of a crime against humanity. Saddam Hussein was hanged on 30th December 2006. Know how ISIS was formed? As soon as the US Army left Iraq, many small groups started fighting among themselves in the greed of grabbing power. Among them was the leader of a faction, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He was then the head of Al-Qaeda Iraq. It started preparing its land in Iraq from 2006 itself. When US forces returned from Iraq in 2011, Baghdadi waged a war to occupy Iraq. He changed the name of his organization Al-Qaeda Iraq to ISI, Islamic State of Iraq. However, Baghdadi still had to wait to capture Iraq. Baghdadi moves from Iraq to Syria. Thousands of fighters had joined Baghdadi by then. He joined the commanders and soldiers of Saddam Hussein's army with him. He began targeting police and army officers in Iraq. Still, Baghdadi was not getting the success he wanted in Iraq. Baghdadi moved from Iraq to Syria as part of the strategy. He changed the name of his organization to ISIS, that is, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Syria was deeply embroiled in civil war. In protest against the removal of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, the two largest fronts, named Al-Qaeda and the Free Syrian Army, were taken. The Bashar al-Assad government was getting help from Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah, while countries like America, Israel, Saudi Arabia were in favor of the Free Syrian Army. Baghdadi may have reached Syria, but he did not get any major success here for the first 4 years. In June 2013, the general of the Free Syrian Army came forward and appealed to the world for the first time that if he did not get weapons, he would lose his war against extremist organizations within a month. In the name of Free Syrian Army, Baghdadi threw dust in the eyes of the world. Within a week of this appeal, the US, Israel, Jordan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar began providing weapons, money, and training to the Free Syrian Army. From here, ISIS and Baghdadi became a threat to the whole world. In fact, the weapons that were sent by these countries to the Free Syrian Army, ISIS captured them within a year. Because ISIS had broken into the Free Syrian Army, most of the top commanders of the Free Syrian Army had joined Baghdadi. In a way, ISIS betrayed the powerful countries of the world in the name of Free Syrian Army and captured a large part of Syria and Iraq. The ninth pass, Abu Yusuf, had returned via Dubai and Saudi, and his wife said, "We were collecting gunpowder for 2 years." ISIS weakened in Iraq and Syria. When America realized its mistake, it supported Syria and Iraq in the fight against ISIS. In collaboration with Syrian Kurdish forces, campaigned against Islamic State. ISIS suffered a lot in this. The areas of Syria which ISIS occupied gradually started coming out of its hands. In Iraq, the fighters associated with this Islamic organization have kneeled before the US-backed army. Mosul, one of Iraq's largest cities, is now out of the hands of ISIS. ISIS has definitely broken its back in both these countries, but its existence has not disappeared. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi died in 2019. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the leader of the world's largest terrorist organization, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, ISIS, was killed in a US military operation in Syria on the evening of October 26, 2019. US President Donald Trump announced his death on October 27, 2019. Trump had told that Baghdadi had a hideout in a village named Barisha in the Idlib province of northwestern Syria. This village falls near the Turkish border. The US Army carried out a secret operation there. Baghdadi started running through the tunnel after getting information about the operation of the US Army. When he felt that he would not survive, he blew himself up with a bomb. His 3 children were also killed in this blast. If you liked this video, then leave it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe the channel, and also press the bell icon.